Hello again everybody, Chris Owen here as usual. Picking up where I left off last time, so we've just finished the escape, which is the first of 14 segments. Grab the heart, literally nothing has changed since last time, so this is going to be me playing up until either the end of Eastern or to the boots, or something like that. I'll see how it goes anyway. So exit the sanctuary, and then you're just going to navigate the overworld to get to Eastern Palace. You don't need to do anything else before that. It's literally just making your way there. As you go through this screen, you want to make sure you're not too far down, otherwise this screen guard will see you. So just transition into the screen a little higher to avoid him seeing you. What happens is it's the line of sight of the guard. It's blocked by one of the fence panels of the graveyard basically. It's quite easy and straightforward. And just follow the route I'm taking, navigate your way through the Octorok minefield. If any of them get in your way, give them a slash. There's, it doesn't matter if they do get in the way. If you see big rupee drops, you don't need them. So, there's not many rupees you need. You want to make sure you have, I think, like 30 rupees basically before you get to the Dark World should be enough. So on the armor statue there, you want to hover next to him so that he wakes up and then boomerang him. That's the easiest way to get through there. Any Octorok slash, and then everything else is pretty self-explanatory there. So there's a couple of tricks that are going to be going on in this dungeon. The first of which is coming up is often called the skeleton skip. Basically, we're going to go into a room and 4 skeletons can spawn, but depending on the route that Link takes, you can make 2, 3 or 4 spawn. So I'm going to show you the method to make 2 spawn, and it purely depends on where you walk in the room. So just follow what I do. You come in, you walk north, grab the pot, walk left to just past the middle of the room, move down about a tile and a half and throw the pot right, then move diagonally up to the top left of the room, pick up the pot, and then throw it down. That's it. You'll probably have to watch what I do a few times and do it again, but play around with that for 2 minutes and you've got it down. It's very easy. So we're going to start building our bomb and arrow count and somewhat rupee count from this point onwards. So you want to grab that arrow pot because they're going to be very useful. These enemies can drop some lucrative rupees, so it's worth slashing them if they're nearby and in your way. If any skeletons get in your way, just slash and it makes them jump wildly. So, you don't need to kill them, just slash and then move out of the way, which is fine. The next trick we have coming up is called the boss key skip. I'm going to show you the really easy way of doing it. So just get rid of these popos. So the easiest way to do this, just so you know, there's 2 hearts here as well. So if you mess up, you can grab those 2 hearts. But you want to come to the north. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk into the anti-fairies, and they're going to damage me. And then for a while, Link will have invincibility frames. And then what I'm going to do is walk back into the centre, pick up the pot, and just stand still on the switch. And then when the invincibility frames fade, the anti-fairies will damage Link again and will knock me off the switch. And because Link will be standing there for at least 1 frame on the switch, it will register. So this is something like this. Very, very easy to do if you follow that method. And that saves killing all the enemies in this room. You can speed that up slightly if instead of walking above the anti-fairy and taking damage by that, you walk into the squiggly popo enemy, which I killed at the start. You walk into the, you walk around it, walk into it, and then use that to hit invincibility frames. You don't need to learn that at this stage. That's just something that will save you like half a second to a second at a later point. Not necessary. So grab those 10 arrows as you come into the bow room, and grab the bow, and you want to slash there to get rid of the popos. Switch the arrow, and the green Igors take 1 arrow, the red ones take 2. And that's pretty much all there is to there. And again, those pots I'm grabbing so that I have enough arrows. The switch in here is that one there. You don't need to kill the Igor, just walk along him, above him, and hit the switch. And likewise there. in here, just wait to see where that skeleton goes, and then arrow in line with him. You know, there's a lot of stuff that can drop in here, hearts, arrows, and there's arrows and a heart in here, which you want to grab. So, you know, you want to, the first skeleton, he can kind of start walking up here, so you would just arrow him down. You know, you're always going to shoot an arrow down at the first skeleton, and depending on where he stops, so you can't really miss. And then depending on what the top skeleton does, you either pick up the pot and throw it in, you can try and land an arrow, or whatever. You know, just try it out for a while and you'll see it's really quite easy. And before you go through this room, you want to be charging your sword so that you can release a spin to kill all of those. Very straightforward. And if the 20 drops, you're going to probably want to grab the 20, but don't worry about the fires. Now here, I'm going to kill both these Igors. Both need 2 arrows, and I'm going to kill them in one cycle. I'm going to walk up, choose either left or right. I choose the left first, and wake them up, and then I'm going to shoot 2 arrows, move to the right, and then shoot 2 more arrows. Just like that. Well, I said what I did was wrong. I'll wake them up, I shoot 1 arrow, switch to the other and shoot 2 arrows, and then move back and shoot the other arrow. You can stagger it, so you go 1, 2, 1, 2, but the easiest way to do it is to go 1, 1, 2, 1, like that. Your arrow count, you know, if you mess up this here and you've got time to kill while they wake up again, you can grab these arrows. You probably won't need to if you've been grabbing all the other pots that I have through the dungeon. And then I'm going to show you the easier of the armor strats. It's called the bottom left method. It's very easy. All you need to do is what I'm doing. I'll explain what I've just done in a bit more detail. You know, that was me playing very sloppy. Just, you stand in the bottom right corner, and then you shoot 4 arrows up, and then you shoot 2 arrows left, and then you shoot 2 more arrows up, move to the top, and then you just spam arrows to the left. That's all there is. You know, if you practice that just for a couple of minutes, you'll be able to do that very, very easily. So we finished the first dungeon. Woo! Gonna make my way to the boots. So you just jump down here, and then we get and go and talk to Sashrahala Hala Hala, or whatever his name is, and he will give you the boots, which is going to be extremely helpful and speed up the entire rest of the game. I may have rushed through some of that dungeon a bit fast, you know, but I did say I'm not going to save state every room and show you the tricks. Hopefully the explanations I've been giving will be enough for you to get it. So you come through here, you can break these walls with the dash like I did, and you want to pick up this pot, and then pick up this pot, and then you want to come just over the middle so that when you rebound off the wall to break it, you don't get knocked back here. This pot stops you getting knocked back. You know, you come through here, and we pick up the 100 rupees, because we're going to need them to get into Darkness Palace. Now there's a trick later on called the hammer jump, which is a recent discovery. It's very hard to do, and I'm not going to use it in this playthrough. So I'm not going to be picking up the bombs there. So as you come through here, you just dash back out. And this is where I'm going to stop this video. I'll pick it up again and go from here to the end of Desert Palace. So hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully the explanations will serve as some guiders. Feel free to comment and let me know what you think. If you want me to go into any more detail on some of the tricks, you know, I can make other videos that show how to do different armor strats and other things, but all that is resourced elsewhere by Crystal pretty much, so you know. But yeah, look out for my next video.